Monday Bully Live, no intro needed. You already know we're going to be talking about 10 things that are actually genetic. You're probably asking, but you're not a vet. I know I'm not a vet. I'm also not an engineer, but I'm able to drive a car. My point is that sometimes this whole thing that you need to be a vet in order to be able to state something that is either obvious or something that you can research, sometimes is way overblown. I mean, let me just keep it real with you guys. Recently, I've been seeing more and more vets jumping on social media talking about it's okay to feed raw and you should be feeding this and not that. And my 34 years experience as a vet, where were you 5 years ago? Please don't make it seem like you've been an advocate for raw this whole time. It almost sounds like you were getting beaten by the raw train, and now you're kind of just jumping on board and riding it and trying to take in whoever you can that's going to believe you on your 34 years of experience, where we all know kibble and big pharma taught you to tell people not to feed raw. Nonetheless, I'm going to bring in my dude, co-host with the most money, Mizak. What's up, man?
What's up, fam? Hey, you're on a roll tonight already, man.
Hey, man, you know I'm going to start some shit. That's what tonight's going to be about. We're going to start some stuff, okay?
I love it.
Let's keep it kosher for the little kids in the background. Yeah. But yeah, man, tonight we're going to be talking about some genetic factors that everybody has seen. In particular, those of you that have bully breeds, and I'm referring to those in particular because even though these things we're going to be talking about could happen all breeds, there is a difference of how many times it happens or how often or even severe, depending on the coat's length. But when you're dealing with bully breeds, most of the time you're dealing with short length coat. So that's what I'm kind of focusing on mostly. But please, if you feel like, you want to ask a question, or if you have a dog with longer, longer hair, we can, it's open for discussion tonight. We're going to be talking about it. We got Dracula all the way from the UK. We got American Bullies all the way from Georgia. No, he ain't in Georgia. He's in Alabama. Now, he's either in Alabama or Georgia. Can you clarify for me, Brayman? Adam Fields, all the way from Alabama. Greenbow, Alabama. That's where Adam Fields is from, where Forrest Gump was at. D. Taylor saying, what's up, D. Taylor? Number love, man. Raul said, instead of stuff, we're in for a wild night. Yep. You already know we are, man. We're going to have some fun. Miss Fredia Strivia. All right. Number love. There we go. We got Kyle Holland Custom Designs, Alabama, laughing out loud. We got Miss Christina Higginson. Hello, family. Great show. Can't wait. Thank you so much, Miss Christina. Appreciate you for having this guy over here on time and with his hair combed properly and everything. Yeah. So I appreciate it.
She got me lined up good, man.
She got you, yeah, she got you cleaned up well. We got Leocadio Vasquez. Pues claro que sí. What's good, fam? We here all the way from Fresno, California. Yeah, man. Listen, we're gonna jump in right off the bat. We're gonna be talking about some conditions that are genetic. We're gonna be talking about things that you can give your dog to improve it. Now, before we start, I have to say this, right? So think of genetics like a loaded gun, right? And think of allergies as the trigger that's going to fire the bullets that's in the loaded gun, right? So if genetically you didn't have bullets in the chamber, you could pull on the allergy side, you're getting nothing. However, because you got bullets in the chamber, now allergies will pull on the trigger and you're going to be getting flare-ups every time it fires. We got Tolo Sargbaugh, Tolo, Columbus, Ohio. What up, fam? Number love. Miss Christina, it's a tough job, but thank you. I know it is, ma'am. But hey, you got his head gleaming tonight. I appreciate it. Number love. We got Upper Deck Frenchie. Hey, QBN, everyone. What's up? Adam Fields, life is like a box of chocolates. There we go. Oh, Michael Higginson, you froze up for a second. I was already, yeah, no, we good. You're good. All right. So I appreciate it. So listen, first thing we're going to be talking about tonight, guys, is going to be the most popular of them all. And that's atopic dermatitis. All right. Atopic dermatitis. If you haven't gone to the vet and they haven't charged you $1,000 yet, if you ever do, and your dog is looking like it's got something like that right over there, that's what atopic dermatitis. Pretty much bald spots. You're going to see injury to the skin where you might get some scabbiness or might even be bleeding for, if it just happened. And you're going to see hairs falling off like you're seeing there. All right. Now, atopic dermatitis, Money Mizite, give me your best shot on this. I know I'm blindsiding you. What do you think atopic dermatitis is?
I would say it's a mite outbreak of some kind.
Close. It's a genetic, well, your vet's going to call it environmental allergies. Okay. But make no mistake about it, it is genetic. Okay.
Really?
It will be passed down. Okay.
So that's different. That's different than just a hot spot, right? Because a hot spot can be a mite.
Well, we're literally going to get into different levels and definitions of hot spots, but this is probably the most common. If I had to guess, if you go to the vet, more likely than not, the majority of people that are owning bully breeds and you're feeding that cheap bag of kibble and all these carbohydrates are piling up inside of your dog, creating inflammation, which is eventually going to lead to itchiness, right? If you notice, where the injury is, right around it, it's pink, but even over this way, you're going to see there's pink and there's hair loss. Make no mistake about it. Underneath that skin, there is inflammation. Okay. So that's going to be possibly one of the most common things anybody owning a bully breed is going to come across, atopic dermatitis.
I haven't dealt with that myself here, but I'll say we've had a hot spot or two, but I haven't had the dermatitis at all.
All right. Well, I'm going to ask you this, Money Mike. I'm going to ask you this, and if you get it right, I'm going to give a free spin to whoever you choose here who's recently commented. And we have Adam Fields, we got Prater King Bullies, we got Sulema Santiago, Nadiz, and Fredia. Quez, I would love to add you, but you're not a member. And the same goes with Impala. If you become a member and he guesses this right, you're going to get a free spin. So Money Mizak, all right? Your dog, you take it in, has got atopic dermatitis. What can you feed it? There's 3 things in particular that you can feed it that will actually help soothe this. What? Give me a guess. What can you feed that can help the situation?
I would say omega 3s.
Money Mizai. Listen, I get where you're coming from because the omega-3 is going to fight the inflammation here.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
I get it, but there's always a but. Blueberries, broccoli, and spinach. Let me say something about spinach, guys. When feeding spinach to dogs, be careful not to feed too much to them, and because they can cause kidney stones. And if you had a dog that's had a history of kidney stones, forget I even said spinach. Figure out something else. Maybe just go with broccoli and blueberries. All right, blueberries have very high antioxidants. Okay, broccoli is a cruciferous vegetable, right? And all that means is once it hits the blood, right, it's going to help remove and actually combat a lot of these triggers, inflammatory triggers inside of your dog. Now, what 3 things, better yet, what 4 things do you think should be avoided so these people can get a spin on you, Mike? What 4 foods? All right. Give me some. What 4 foods can you look? Angel Chavero had it right. He said blueberries. Nadine said turmeric. Ebony said turmeric. And possibly turmeric would be a good anti-inflammatory that would work with this. But I'm looking for the top 3 answers that I'm getting AI to research on. Okay, just to be fair. So what 4 foods? You could hit on one of them, and I'll give a spin. What 4 foods will actually trigger this? Come on, Mike. I'm making it too easy for you.
I would say carbohydrates.
Okay, no, you need to be specific. What foods? What specific foods? That's in dog food. Money, Mike. What in dog food? Think of it that way.
Besides the flour,
Do 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 do.
I can't think right now, man.
Oh, Money Mizak, man. Hey, Money Mike. I had to blow the whistle on you, bro.
You put me on the spot, man.
I'm putting you on the spot, man. You're gonna have to get up and get Christina in there, man.
I know she's over here holding up yogurt and all this different stuff last time.
Well, look, I'm going to tell you what you need to avoid, because I did see somebody saying yogurt, okay, coincidentally. And that's actually correct. So I'm going to say the 4 things. You need to avoid wheat, corn, soy, and dairy. Okay, dairy. Keep in mind, animals will typically be more allergic to proteins than anything else. So dogs in particular are going to be number 1 allergies are going to be proteins like chicken, beef, and dairy. Always have that in mind. So anytime you're saying allergic dermatitis or anything like that, anything that says allergy, always think protein first. Even though, look, Leocadio Vasquez said corn, and he's absolutely right. Rice probably would make the list, but it isn't on there. Wheat definitely made the list. AI Ayala said sugar, but sugar is just too broad unless you're talking about cane sugar straight up, okay? So either way.
I've been lucky here, man, with topical issues and just overall health issues of my dogs. You know, we've used Nuvet and NuJoint for years. We've always been real picky about what we feed our dogs. I really haven't had any problems that I've dealt with. So, hands-on, I don't really have a lot of hands-on on that here other than a little yeast.
And you're the perfect person that we're going to be choosing for the spinning tonight. That way we don't have 50 spins. So listen, talking about Nuvet NuJoint DS, Nuvet actually supports the immune balance. So your body doesn't overreact, or your dog's body doesn't overreact into an inflammatory response. And this reduces, obviously, overreactions. NuJoint helps to lower inflammation that worsens itching. So for those of you that are thinking, oh, well, the blue bottle's just so they don't hurt their joints. No, it's an anti-inflammatory in general. When you take in an anti-inflammatory for your body, it doesn't just go to the joints. It's going to go to the joints, but it's also going to go to the rest of the body, in particular to your biggest organ. Mike, do you know what a dog's biggest organ is? Do you know what your biggest organ is? Mike, thank you. Thank you, Mike. Yes, skin. The skin is the biggest organ. So if you take an anti-inflammatory, obviously it's gonna help with the overall inflammation on the dog. Let me go to number 2 here that I have looked up for you guys. And the second one, okay, and here, I might just bring it on the screen. So, well, I don't want to bring it on the screen because I got all my answers there. It's called ichthyosis, okay? What? Ichthyosis, and it means skin doesn't shed properly. And I'll show you a picture here of what it looks like. And a lot of you are going to be like, okay, hold on. Let me remove that one. There we go. Let me remove my Nuvet. There we go. So how many times have you not seen a dog with a little something, something going on like what you're seeing there. Okay. On the left, by the way, you're getting an extreme case of ichthyosis. On the right, you're getting a more moderate case. Look at the nose. I've seen so many dogs with those little skin specks, if you want to call it that, near the nose area. That's ichthyosis. And that's just your dog having a hard time shedding the skin properly. Okay, you got to realize humans, dogs, we're constantly shedding, right? And we're getting rid of all the dead skin. Well, in particular, your dog's having a hard time doing that when you see this on them. So I'm gonna hit you with this, Mike. What are 3 things that you can give a dog to improve this? And you're gonna be answering for Insaratha, who's a member. She'll get a free spin if you get it right. What are 3 things?
Well, I've never seen it before, but I can say maybe coconut oil.
Coconut oil. All right. Well, hey, let me tell you something, Mike. I'm gonna be honest with you. Coconut oil is not right. It's not right on this one. Hey, I would have probably guessed the same thing, to be honest with you. It's actually, check this out, zucchini, cucumber, and this one's going to hurt you, Mike, sardines with the omega-3. So here's what's crazy. I've seen
zucchini. I can't believe that.
Well, I don't know about zucchini, but I've seen a lot of ladies put a mask on their face and then put these big old zucchini, round zucchinis over their eyes and whatnot. And I was told that cucumbers and zucchini is actually good for skin hydration and to remove dead skin in a gentle manner. Ladies, if what I'm saying is wrong, please correct me. But this is what I've been told. By the way, Nadie's, nothing but love. Nadie's gifting 5 QBN Kennel memberships. Nothing but love, man. Where's my dude in the back? Hollywood. You guys have to forgive Hollywood. He's been having a little bit of internet issues recently.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
Claro que sí, cabrón, every Monday at 8 p.c.s.t. Hey, we got Angel Chavero saying coconut oil, turmeric, and pepper. You see, Angel. I can tell you've been watching some of the Q videos, bro. I can tell when you're combining the coconut with the turmeric and the pepper. You know what I'm saying? But you're close. You're close, bro. But no cigar on this one. No cigar on this one. I got to keep it real, man. But
these are some tricky ones tonight.
So, Money Mike, Money Mizai, right? What are 3 foods, better yet, 2 foods that you must avoid in order for your dog to not have this? Come on, Money Mike. You can be general. You can have general terms. Talk to me. Come on, man. They waiting for you to spin.
I don't know. I would say for the skin, what would cause that? Maybe too high in omega-6s.
Close, Mike. Close. Dry kibble diets and high carb foods. These are 2 things that will cause this situation. By the way, let me just say Nuvet will actually aid in the skin regeneration. In addition, NuJoint has something called, and look it up, guys, hyaluronic acid, which helps hydrate the skin tissue. All right, we're keeping it real with you, and we're going to move right along. Mike, don't feel bad if you don't know these, man.
No, they're tricky tonight. Look, I ain't tripping. They're tough ones tonight.
Hey, for those of you watching, whenever I make reference, Nuvet is the green bottle, NuJoint DS is the blue bottle. You get 13 to 15% off if you do auto ship, and you already know when you're going to order is going to be nuvet.com/5 513-237-513237. That's simple. You place that order, you're going to get 2 free consults with me in a month. And not only that, man, if you got issues with your dog's skin, anything going on, we're going to text back and forth, and we're going to get your dog right. All right, let's jump into something else, man. Let's go into the next one. We got a bunch of people saying banana butter. Banana butter. My bad. I said banana butter. Banana butter. Okay.
I never use that either.
Wes says avoid corn, wheat, and soy, which would probably be in dry kibble. Okay. Chicken byproducts, that's also a possibility. Let's go to this next one here. And this one is kind of weird because I've seen it. It's called color dilution alopecia. Alopecia means baldness, but color dilution alopecia. I have seen that. All right. I have seen that. I have gone to dog shows and I've seen that. I've had dogs in the past that have shown me that. Have you ever seen that, Money Mike?
Yeah, I've seen something similar to that. Don't know if it's exactly the same thing or not. And it was from the source of protein.
From the source of whoa, look at Money Mike taking a step up. All right, Mike. So with that being said, okay, what are 3 things you could add to your dog's diet if you're seeing this, okay, that would actually help you correct this problem?
Rice.
Did you say rice?
Yeah.
No. The 3 things are eggs, pumpkin, and kale.
Eggs, pumpkin, and kale. I was thinking the rice or potatoes to bring down the protein because I know I've had that something similar, what looks like that, caused by different sources of protein.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a freebie here. I'm gonna give you a freebie so people can get a spin on your name. Okay, there is a gene that is looking at you. When you see this picture, you could tell this gene is there. That is actually part of the cause of this. What gene is that?
I have no idea, Raul. Here,
it's yelling at you, Mike. Really, take a good look at it. Don't overthink it. It's right there in front of you.
I don't know what gene it would be. I have no idea.
Anybody in the crowd want to take a crack at what gene that you're looking at in this picture that is actually part of the reason that this is happening? What gene is it? I'm going to give you guys about 10 seconds. Oh, look at that. We got, look at that. Dilution, says Adam Fields. Double dilution. He's absolutely right. Mike, this is not a full-blown black dog nor a full-blown brown dog. You could tell it's diluted. The gene dilution, right? The famous gene dilution. Sorry, Inserata. Adam Fields beat you right to it. And we're not even going to waste any time. We're going to go straight to the spin, man, because Adam Fields hasn't been able to get a good spin here in quite a minute. Hold on a second. Now, for some reason, my wheel it just went blank. Let me reload it here.
That's a good example of the allergies that can come from the double dilution. That's it. That's a kind of, well, I don't want to say extreme, but that's not a light case of it there, is it?
No. I've seen worse case scenarios than that. And little did I know that the dilution gene caused this when I first got into breeding. But with due time, people kept saying, oh, all blue dogs get it. And what they didn't know is that that's not true. Fawn dogs can get it as well. It all comes down to having the double dilution. Double dilution gene will actually cause that because it is genetic. So with that being said, I owe somebody a spin. So let's go ahead and let me go ahead and share the screen. And there we go. There we go. Can you see the screen? Can you see the wheels, Mike?
Yeah.
You can. All right. You did.
I can.
Adam Fields, man. You already know, man. You're going to get two wheels spun. All right, 2 wheels, $100. Adam Fields. Oh, Adam Fields, you would have lost either way because you lose on the right wheel, man. My bad. But hey, had you won and gotten the 1.5, you would have gotten 150, man. But hey, it's all good. It's all good. Angel Severo saying lilac. Lilac would, well, let me rewind real quick, Angel. A lot of people in our community call dogs lilac, right? And don't get me wrong, man. It's a marketing thing. Like, let me give you an example, Angel. Today, you saw my girl Sunshine. You probably would say, oh, she's lilac. But in reality, that is not lilac. That is Isabella, okay? In order for your dog to have lilac, okay, it must have chocolate. And she doesn't. She is brown, and she's just super light brown. And I know in our community, we call that lilac. We call this lilac, right?
I'm going to tell you how not only that's true, but how I stood on what we just talked about right there, what you just said, at a dog show. And I tried to register pressure as a Isabella, and they told me that that Isabella is not a recognized color in the XL world.
Is that right?
In the American Bully world, they said it is in Frenchies.
Okay.
And so that's
was where
just at the show.
So that's where they go to lilac here. Because if you go to the Frenchie world, and Frenchies were around before our breed was,
right?
Isabella, you got to have chocolate. And I'm sorry, Isabella is super light brown. And for it to be a lilac, you got to have chocolate. So,
but when I talked to the judge after, he told me that he agreed with me, but that's not how they do it.
Okay.
So it is technically visually the same color as Isabella. It's in that same spectrum.
Hey, listen, and I know Peter Stoiber's watching. I don't know if he missed this, Peter, but our girl Chunchine is pregnant with this boy right here, Hector. All right. Yeah. So we confirmed the pregnancy today. Shout out to my dude, Angel Severo, who is commenting and live on the set. That dude right there, he gave me the confirmation today that I needed. And look, if they want to call her a lilac, then that's what we're gonna call her, and we'll take the marketing points.
Lilac,
and it's all good.
Try is what they would call her.
It's all
Angel just said correct. I think he's talking about what I was saying about at the show.
Yeah, about the lilac. Yeah,
yeah.
So he says, so lilac. So isn't lilac a dilution of chocolate, or am I wrong? No, you're absolutely right, Angel. Technically, if we go down to the basis of who called lilac first, think about it. Frenchies have been around before our breed, but it's the diluted chocolate that creates lilac and Frenchies, right? But in our neck of the woods, they like to call girls or boys as well, dogs in general, that look like this lilac. I can tell you my girl Sunshine has no chocolate. All she is light brown. And if you go to the Frenchie world, when you don't have chocolate and you have that light brown color, they don't call it lilac. They call it Isabella.
Right.
Yeah. So that's
but won't let us do the same thing. I don't know what I mean.
That's right. They won't let. Yeah, we're gonna be wrong together. Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what the judge told you. But that's all good, man.
Yeah.
We learn something every day. Lilac is my preference of color. No, me too, man.
Mine too,
Peter Stoiber saying yes. I know, man. I hear you. Listen, let's jump to the next one. This is pretty fun here, what we're doing. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I made a mistake. There are 2 foods that you must avoid, okay, in order for your dog not to have this situation right here that's being caused by the double dilution. Of course, the name of this is color dilution alopecia. What 2 things do you stay away from, Mike? And you almost hit on it earlier.
I'm gonna say omega-6.
No, Mike.
It's got to be one of them, man.
No, Mike. Oh, Mike. Man.
I know that omega-6 is.
You swinging with your eyes closed tonight, Mike. So
I honestly have no idea. I'm just guessing at these.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, and you hit on it. So you're probably gonna want to kick yourself. The first one is cheap filler foods, and second is low protein diets. You mentioned the whole protein thing when you started out.
Yeah.
As far as Nuvet NuJoint DS, Nuvet provides nutrient for keratin strength, right? That's what's causing it, because you got keratin weakness because of the double dilution. And you have NuJoint supports connective tissue around follicles. All right.
I didn't know it was because of the gene. When I had seen it, I thought it was a reaction to one type of protein over another. So I noticed
it is. So let me explain to you. So it is a reaction, but typically that reaction is so mild on dogs that are not diluted, that is not an issue. But because there's double dilution, the keratin levels are low enough to where that mild reaction leads to that.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
With Freya, she's double diluted. She's blue, and she if I feed her salmon for very long, it will make her start. She won't get that bad, but she'll start to get like some. It looks like almost like ticking, just a little bit darker spots.
So she's allergic. Technically, she's allergic to salmon.
I think so.
Yeah. Fair enough. Let's jump to the next one, man. Hey, I'm having fun. I'm having fun with this tonight, man.
Even though I'm guessing on every one, I'm still having fun.
You're the perfect person tonight, man.
I am.
So we're going to bring up this next one. It's called follicular dysplasia, and that's where hair follicles shut down or die early. This is what it looks like. I've actually seen this, but not necessarily on American Bullies. I've seen it on boxers, which I'm almost inclined to believe that that's a boxer there, because it seems like it has a short tail. Have you seen this before?
Never heard of it, never seen it. So it's where the hair follicles die?
They die early. The reason they know this is because the hair follicles pretty much dies early, falls off. There's no secretions there. There's no bacterial infection, fungal, none of that. And I'll go over this one, because this one is not fair for me to even bring up to you, because I really have never seen it on American Bully. But the things that you can add to improve this situation with your dog is going to be spinach, beef liver, and carrots. Okay. Now, the beef liver in small amounts. Also, if you're going to be feeding beef liver, guys, make sure it's not the one you're buying at Walmart. Make sure you're getting some sort of beef liver that is just grass-fed, zero GMO, what it's eating, zero steroids, zero growth hormones. Otherwise, what you're fixing in the front end, you're going to kill it on the back end.
Does it say what the carrot does? Obviously, the keratin does something.
Carrots are high on vitamin A. I can't sit here and tell you exactly what the mechanism of action is. But what's funny is spinach is included there, which we know is high in iron. So I am thinking that with carrots, it probably has more to do with beta carotene, which is also an antioxidant, than anything else, because the antioxidant will actually preserve or lengthen the life of cells, for that matter. The things you must avoid are artificial preservatives and dyes. Now, some of you are probably looking at me like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now. If you got a bag of Purina Plus or whatever the hell it's called, flip it over. You're going to see on there, it's going to say red color 5 or something to those effects. Those, make no mistake about it, are dyes. And
so I got a neat little story about some dyes for you.
Okay, shoot.
I was using the app that you designed the kibble.
Are you talking about the Kibble Analyzer app?
The Kibble Analyzer app, yes, sir. And
All right.
and I had actually called you that day from Sam's because I guess they have it at your Sam's, but they haven't had it here. And we were using the chicken and brown rice, but this was a
Right.
chicken and vegetable in the green bag. And I asked you about it. You're like, yeah, they have that here, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, they ain't never had it here, so it was a new kibble, something I hadn't seen before, so I put it into the kibble analyzer, and sure as shit, it popped up with all these warnings. It said like 4 or 5 different warnings on that kibble, on the analyzer, red flags because of the dyes.
Yep.
Yep.
For those of you that are watching, I'm going to go ahead and bring it on screen. Mike brought it up. Let me.
You can put that kibble in there if we could do that. I don't know if we could.
Yeah, let's see if we can. Actually, it's got the ability right now. I put in a couple of different things for it to work on, including the top kibbles out there. Let me just jump in there, and
that's the Members Mark chicken and vegetable.
Okay, so guys, so far the highest scores in kibble rankings based on my kibble analyzer is 4Health Salmon and Potato Formula 81, Victor Select Ocean Fish, really, I'm surprised, 80, Next Level High Pro 30 LS Super Premium Dog Food for Active Dogs and Puppies, 78, 4Health with Wholesome Grains, Adult Salmon and Potato Formula, 77, and grain-free salmon recipe.
I think I got one that would be at the top of that, man, but I haven't keyed it in because I already know it's really good.
Well, let me just explain this. That's for overall health. Now, the scores change depending what it is that you want. So if you have a dog that's currently going through allergies and you click on that, the scores, I don't know which of the ones change, but they're going to be changing. If you're looking to add, if you're looking for just sheer reproduction, Diamond Natural Skin and Coat All Life Stages seems to be the highest score that you're able to get there. So for you guys, just so you know, there's different scores depending what it is that you're looking for. But let me stop going down that rabbit hole because we're here for the skin conditions. And but thanks for bringing that up, Mike. So we're talking about this right here. And this right here is the follicular dysplasia. Just know, stay away from artificial preservatives and dyes, and include spinach, beef liver, and carrots into your dog's diet. You should see improvement. Just keep in mind, Nuvet supports follicle metabolism, and NuJoint improves skin structure and support. Now, this next one I've seen on just about every dog breed you could think of. And it's just sad when I see it. And it's nothing more than Demodex susceptibility, Demodex mange. Sometimes it's really, really hard to look at because look at this picture. I mean, this is just heartbreaking. Demodex mange is something that is passed on from the mom to the puppies when the puppies are feeding, when they're being whelped. Let me tell you this. They say that Demodex is inherited. Let me explain to you what they mean by that, because in reality, Demodex mange is a microscopic little parasite.
So yeah, it's a neat little play on words there. I learned that because I had it, but it doesn't come from the mom genetically. It comes from the mom directly.
It comes from the mom directly. What comes from the mom genetically is a weak immune system.
Right.
That's what's inherited.
Right.
Okay. But not necessarily the little parasite, because that's on mom's skin and it kind of jumps over. What can you do for this dog, Mike?
Well, we were given a steroid cream.
Okay.
A topical steroid cream. But I'm going to say, and it's sad to say it, but my Pitbull Luna, she wasn't that bad, but she was close, man. It was hard to look at. She got real bad, and we didn't think she'd ever recover from it. But everything we tried, you hear things about motor oil and all this crazy stuff. We didn't do that, but everything the vet gave us didn't do much at all. The only
Mm.
thing that fixed it was changing her hormone levels by getting her fixed. That was the
Wow.
only thing. That was the only thing we were able
Well,
to do. And I don't even know if that's what did it. You know, we were doing so much different stuff, but that was their final recommendation, that to get her fixed would lower some of those levels that's feeding it, I guess is what they said.
so what if I told you you could actually feed turmeric, blueberries, and broccoli?
Oh, wow.
Turmeric is an anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral. Here's the deal. When the skin is raw, basically like that, it's susceptible for bacterial infection, fungal infection, viruses, yada, 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 right? Turmeric reduces the inflammation. It's going to fight bacteria, fungus, and viral, right? I'm not saying it's a fix-all, but it's something that you can feed that can help. Same goes with blueberries, and the same goes with broccoli as far as being an anti-inflammatory. It's got I forget the names of it. It slips my mind, but it's got anti-inflammatory properties in it. Okay, things you never feed a dog looking like this. It's going to be anything that's got sugar, treats, or high starch foods, right? We already spoken that sugary foods lead to what? Inflammation. This dog's already inflamed, right? Giving it high starch food, you're just going to feed that Demodex even more, right? And also lead to more inflammation. All right.
That's a bad one there.
Yeah. Sulema Santiago saying Nuvet shampoo. Honestly, at this stage of the game, I don't know that Nuvet shampoo would be able to help.
I will say that Nuvet tea tree shampoo is good stuff, though.
Yeah, but I don't know if I would want to use it on this.
It might.
I don't know if it's going to dry out the skin too much or even hurt. In a situation like this, I would go to a vet only because I don't want to give anything that could hurt this dog any more than it already is.
I know that tea tree oil can be toxic in an open wound.
It can.
Maybe not the shampoo, but I know straight oil can for sure.
Yes, it can. I could tell you the Nuvet shampoos are very good for maintenance, but this right here, this is way past maintenance, bro. This is severe. D. Taylor saying minimize fillers, grains, carbs, kibble, choice certain shampoos, vet formula, clinical care, fix mine. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Nadie says, yeah, I remember the burnt car oil. Yeah, I would not add burnt car oil to this. Maybe if it had a tiny little patch somewhere and it was starting out, I'd give it a shot. I would not do that right now.
It's been 6 years ago. I was trying to remember all the things we did. I think we fed her. We didn't do raw. We did seared, but we fed her straight chicken. Nothing but chicken there for just a spell long enough to clean up her system, you know. And I didn't want any variables. We were just giving her chicken.
Yeah.
And I think we gave her rice with it, and then we gave her the topical steroid cream, and then had her fixed. And I'm not sure if it was all of the above, but it did fade away. And now she's beautiful, like it never happened. But
I'm glad to hear that, man.
It was pretty bad.
Now, let me hit you up on what Nuvet can do for this dog, right? Nuvet NuJoint DS. What it can do is Nuvet's going to strengthen the immune system against mites. Make no mistake about it. That's what Demodex is. It's a tiny little parasite. It's a mite. Okay. NuJoint reduces inflammation from flare-ups. We already spoken on that. Now, this next one I'm going to hit you with is one that I have seen and wasn't aware. Can you take a guess at what this is?
It looks fungal.
Okay. That's what I would. Yeah, I probably would have thought the same thing.
It looks almost like the one around the lip there almost looks like what a ringworm would look like, but no, I haven't seen it before.
This particular one, it could be all over the face, but I have seen it mostly around the eyes. This is zinc. Listen, zinc responsive dermatitis. Zinc responsive dermatitis. It's a genetic zinc absorption problem. So the dog's having an issue absorbing zinc. Yeah.
That would affect the immune system as well, right?
Yes, I've actually seen it in quite a few of these. I want to say sheep herding dogs or cattle herding dogs in general. When I've gone to the
right
vet,
there under the nose there, where it's really light, almost looks like it's affecting the pigment right there. That's weird looking.
Yeah, it is, and I'm not going to throw this at you, man, because it's just not even fair. The three things
I'll
that
take
you
a
can
shot
add.
at it.
All right, take a shot, man. What three foods can you throw at it, man?
Well, we did blueberries was good on the other topical things. I'll say blueberries.
You're saying blueberries.
Antioxidants, maybe, help. They help with some of the other skin issues. So,
yeah, I see your logic. I see your logic, but all right. So the three things you can actually feed that will help this is pumpkin seeds, spinach again, and red meat.
No blueberries.
No blueberries. The things that you must avoid is high calcium excess and grain overload. So for those of you feeding that cheap $20 kibble that's 80-pound bag, this is probably talking to you. What, how would Nuvet and NuJoint DS help in this particular scenario? Well, Nuvet provides trace minerals, including zinc, and cofactors that assist in zinc utilization. All right. And NuJoint is going to help with tissue repair. That's simple. If you haven't ordered Nuvet NuJoint DS, make sure you do. Go to nuvet.com/513237. You get 13% off on auto ship. You get 2 free consults. Plus, we're going to text day and night until we fix your dog if you're able to order the green and blue bottle on auto ship. Let's go ahead and jump to the next one.
The NuJoint will help with the inflammation on that too, right?
It will always help with the inflammation, irregardless. So it's going to help inflammation with the joints, inflammation with allergies, right? So the allergy outbreak is less. So yeah, it's not just for joints is what I'm trying to get at. This next one is kind of weird. It's that one right there. And I hate to say it, but I have seen it, but not necessarily on Frenchies. I've seen it mostly on bulldogs, on English bulldogs, that is. And this right here is nasal hyperkeratosis. It's an excess of keratin production. Okay. Mike, you want to take a guess at what 3 foods you should be giving your dog if they have this?
I know you shouldn't be giving them carrots. I can tell you that. Let's see what you should. No, I would have no idea. Spinach and blueberries have been a common thread here tonight, but I don't think that's going to help with this.
Okay. Well, I will. Your answer is a non-answer. So I'm going to say these 3 things: salmon, which your dog's allergic to, Mike, cucumber, and zucchini. These are the 3 things that you should be feeding. However, what are 2 foods you should stay away from? You want to take a guess at that?
I would say carrots.
Okay, wrong again.
Wrong again.
Dehydrating foods such as salty treats. Anything salty or dehydrating, it's only going to make the situation worse.
I would say that I've never seen anything that extreme, but I have seen a drier nose when they're dehydrated like that, but nothing.
I've seen something like that, but like I said, on an English bulldog, Nuvet, the way it's going to help is it normalizes skin cell turnover, and it did it on previous pathology patterns. NuJoint supports moisture retention in tissue. So
that's from the body not being able to process the keratin.
No. That's from the body overproducing keratin.
Oh, overproducing it.
Yes, and because of the overproduction, I guess it's having a hard time moisturizing it, and you get that nasty looking shredded nose look. So, yeah. This next one we're going to go over. I've actually seen it. I seen it on a Chihuahua I had a couple years ago. And this right here is nothing more than pattern baldness. Yes, baldness does not only affect humans, Money Mike, it can also affect dogs. And this is nothing more than a hair cycle. Believe it or not, it's genetic. All right. Hair cycle genetics. All right. Mike, you want to take a crack at what 3 things you could feed to try to fight the hair baldness on the dog?
I don't.
Mike doesn't want to.
I mean, I'm just guessing. I don't have any idea what would fight baldness, or I'll be working on my own. You know what I mean?
Well, eggs, sardines, and kale, Mike. Eggs, sardines, and kale. And the 3 foods you must avoid is low-fat diets, nutrient-deficient kibble. Again, that cheap kibble, you have a dog that's bald, that cheap kibble contributed to it. All right? Now, how does Nuvet fight this? Nuvet nourishes follicles. It also improves skin elasticity and circulation. It doesn't mean your dog's not going to end up being bald if genetically it's there, but it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be bald by the time he's 1.5 years old either, right?
I like where you're going with this tonight, because the basis of it is where, you know, some of these things they may have but not be triggered. And what
Correct.
triggers them has to do with what, you know, what the dog's consuming, what the
we
diet
spoke
is.
earlier. We said genetic means I give you a loaded gun, but the allergy is the trigger, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you may have a loaded gun, but if it's never exposed to the allergen, never fires, right? So look at that. Peter Stoiber thought we were talking about him. Look at that, man. Peter Stoiber cracking a joke on us. All right. The next one that we're going to hit up on is primary seborrhea. Primary seborrhea. And it really looks nasty. But you really got to go to the base to see it. And you're going to see these like little waxy sheets or little wax balls at the base of the hair. All right. And that's because primary seborrhea is oil gland genetic imbalance. Okay. So this is a good one. Mike, what 3 foods should we feed this dog to help it with its situation, Mike? Come on, Mike. You got to get somebody to spin here tonight, man.
Sure. We're not on a good track to do it. So it's an over oil production.
Yes. So let me give you a hint. Should we be feeding oily fish to help solve this situation?
I feel like this is a trick question. I would have thought you wouldn't feed carotene for the nose thing, but I'm going to say it would seem like you would not, but that's probably wrong.
Okay, but what would you feed this?
I would not feed it anything oily is what I would think. If it's an overproduction of oil, what that would be. Well, you don't want anything, I would think carbohydrates or anything like that, because that would be sugary. That would be okay. But I don't know. That's my guess.
We got the wheels spinning. All right, give me something. What would you feed it? Give me something that you would definitely feed it.
I would say chicken. How about that?
Dang it, Mike. Dang it, Mike.
I don't know, man.
All right, so look, Mike, green beans is the first one. I give you that. I probably wouldn't have said green beans myself, even though I do feed green beans when I'm feeding raw. Number 2 is spinach, Mike. Spinach has been popping up along with blueberries left and right.
Yeah, well, I haven't been able to guess them at the right time, and I'm sure guessing tonight.
Here's the third one where I kind of threw a screwball at you. Fish oil foods such as sardines, salmon, that sort of thing.
You wouldn't think that would be the case with an over oil production, but that's interesting.
Well, here's what really happens underneath, sort of, kind of, right? So remember we said that fish like sardines or even salmon, they're high in what, Mike? Omega what?
Omega 3s.
Omega 3. And what does omega 3 does to inflammation?
Lowers it. Yeah, that's right.
So somewhere along there, it's fighting it.
But you would think it would still be contributing to the oil production in the skin.
Well, you got to listen to what to avoid, and then it's going to make sense to you. All right. So what to avoid is greasy table scraps and fried food. Fried food has a different type of oil than sardine and salmon ever will. Mm-hmm. Right. And so, listen, I probably would have off the top of my head said no fishy oil too. But then thinking about it, it kind of makes a little sense.
Yeah. So no canola, no vegetable, none of those oils. So any kind of seed oil, probably.
No.
Yeah.
Just the fish oil. How does Nuvet NuJoint help with this? Nuvet reduces oxidative stress affecting skin glands. So now we know oxidative stress affects skin glands. NuJoint lowers inflammation that worsens oil imbalance. And I guess that's what the fish oil was doing too. And we're leading up to the last one here tonight, Mike. And this last one,
what's that? This is so ironic because I had somebody call me, I don't know, an hour or so before the show. And we're talking about Nuvet and NuJoint and asking me, what are some good reasons that I think it would work for him? And he's a bulldog guy.
There you go.
And so I know he's watching tonight. Now he's getting all the reasons he can handle.
Yeah. Hey, Nadine's brought one up and said cod liver oil. Hey, that's a fish oil. So that's definitely a good one. D. Taylor saying, interesting, it says to feed oily fish like salmon, oil, mackerel, and sardines. There you go. So look, they're fact checking us while we're live. So I appreciate that, D. Taylor. None but love, man. I appreciate it. This last one,
cod seed oil, don't they say that strengthens soft tissue as well? I had heard some show people talking about.
Listen, my dad, they used to give that to my dad back when he was a kid. And my dad, he would swear that the following day he could even see better after he took some of that stuff. So I don't know what to say, man. Thank God I never had to deal with that. I'll tell you that. This next one, though, has affected just about everyone. And if it hasn't affected them, it will at some point. And it's the interdigital cyst predisposition. La-di-da-di, everybody. Just about everybody. If you haven't gone through that, you will sooner or later if you own a bully breed.
I have seen it. I haven't been through it.
Yes, sir. Fire with fire, says Shade Tree. Nice. The way you asked it even made me confused. I was like, my AI lies to me, says D. Taylor. They were still talking about the last one we was talking about, man.
Yeah.
I like the way Sykes talks about this. He says toe bubbles. There you go. Toe bubbles. I'll never forget that. So toe bubbles, Mike, seeing that you struck out just about every single time. By the way, this is a genetic inflammation structure. So if you're going to buy a puppy and mama and daddy or mom or dad have one of these, just know it's genetic. They're going to pass it down to their pup, right? Just keep that in mind. That's all I'm going to say. So, Money Mizike, what would you give your dog if all of a sudden you woke up and they had a toe bubble?
Well, I can tell you what, it wouldn't hurt to have a good influx of Nuvet and NuJoint Plus. but I'll say that You know, I mean, spinach has been good, but I would think turmeric would help.
Oh, money, Mike. Turmeric. That is correct. I hope you don't have your daughter looking it up while we're speaking.
No.
All right, Money Mike. So listen, Nadie's has been answering up and down. And wait a minute. Let me head on back here because we had a bunch of comments here.
Well, I wasn't gonna get one of them, Raul.
Well, we got ourselves a new member, by the way. So right. Kyle, have it ready for Harper's Landing Scaping 5986 in the house. Can I get a pues claro que sí, cabrón? All right, Kyle's having internet issues. We'll probably get that when we least expect it. And that's fine. We'll salute it when we get there. And we did have a gift of five memberships. And okay, first of all, here's our new member. Nothing but love for you, man. Thanks for joining us. And I'm trying to find who gifted the 5 membership. Guys, forgive me. I'm doing 10 things at the same time. Found you. Nadie's. So Mike, this was going to be for Nadie's, man. This is going to be for Nadie's. You went ahead and you said turmeric. So I'm going to tell you, if you want to fix this or help your dog's condition, you want to feed blueberries, a pinch of turmeric. Remember, when you feed turmeric, you need a tiny little pinch of pepper just so that majority of the turmeric is consumed. I'm going to give you another little tip. Whenever we feed turmeric, because consumption is so important, if you just feed turmeric without the pepper, most of it, first of all, is going to get destroyed by the stomach acid. So what we found where we get the most out of turmeric is we will melt just a little bit of cheese, maybe a spoonful's worth, and we add the turmeric there with the pepper. We melt it, and we cover it up like a spaceship. Dogs eat it. They don't even know what was in there. Just a heads up for you. The other thing you can feed is broccoli. All right? Now, what should you avoid for interdigital cyst predisposition? You want to take a stab at it, Mike. See if you can get an AD's a second spin.
What food should you avoid?
Yes.
I want to say anything that's inflammatory. Starch.
Bingo, Mike. I'm going to stop you there. That was excellent, Mike. Okay. How did you? That was just great. Great on your behalf, man. So the response.
Trying,
yeah, don't say anything else. I don't want you to screw it up. So it says avoid high glycemic carbs and inflammatory oils. What's an inflammatory oil, Mike? If omega-3 fights inflammation, what does omega-6 do?
It would add inflammation.
That's it. So you want to stay away from omega-6, which means if you're feeding that cheap kibble and you flip the bag over and you're higher than a 5-to-1 ratio, 5 being the omega-6 to a 1 being the omega-3, then you're probably making this situation worse on your pup. All right.
You know, you wouldn't think they would even be able to manufacture them with a ratio worse than 5. You know, you wouldn't think they'd be able to do that. It's amazing to me, and it never fails to amaze me.
They will definitely destroy your expectations.
Man,
you know, the minute you say it can't be made worse than this, they're like, hold my beer.
What's crazy,
they're going to prove you wrong.
The 5 cheapest and the 5 most expensive, they're really both trash, you know?
Right. So Mike, we got to pay our dues. Sulema Santiago saying no sardines, no sweetheart. Yes, sardines. Sardines are high in omega-3. What you don't want is high in omega-6. And that's what you're going to get in a bag of kibble. Real quick, let's go ahead and pay our dues because our dude Nadie's, right? He's got 2 spins, not 1, but 2 spins, which actually is a total of 4. You'll see what I mean here in a second. Nadie's, this is for you, my bud.
5 membership donator.
Here we go. Nadies. Come on, Nadies. Nadies. Oh, dang it, man. You were going to get yourself 2 wristbands. All right, let's do it again, Nadies. Hopefully you can land on $100 times 2. Let's go, man. Let's go, Nate. Wristband, Nadies. Nadies, man. Nadies. Listen, Nadies. Man, sorry you lost, man. Sorry you lost, Nadies, but you got 2 spins, man. And if Mike would have just gotten it right 5 more times for you, I could have gotten you 5 more spins. So blame it on Mike for not being able to get your spins, man. Listen, it was a fun one tonight.
I'm going to have to go back and watch.
Yeah.
A lot of unusual circumstances there for me, but stuff that we need to know, man.
Definitely. Guys, once this live is done, I'm not able to see the messages that you're dropping during the live. Post live, I would love to see your messages. I have a video to drop this week. As you can see, I'm heading towards the allergies and genetics and that sort of thing. So if you got your dog going through something, let me hear about it. I might just add it on my next video. Might blow your mind. Might blow my mind while I'm at it. But either way, guys, let me bring up. Oh, I can't bring up my dude in the back tonight, so I'm going to bring up Money Mike. Start us up, man.
Man, Money Mike. Look, I did my best for y'all tonight, man. These were some tough ones. But, yeah, it's your co-host with the most from QBN Kennel at Arkansas, man. We'll be catching y'all on the next one.
Hey, man, you already know. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Para toda mi gente latina, hacemos esto todos los lunes a las 8 p.m. hora de Houston, Texas. Ya saben, vamos a estar aquí la próxima semana. We're going to be catching you next week. It's been Raul from the Q, catching you on the next one.
We are going for a whole hour. Straight dog talk and the song. Jump on in and speculate. Show up on time, don't be weak and late. We are community, so don't hate.